Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Like I promised you, we're gonna keep everything going with the channel and we're gonna try not to fall off regardless of how busy we get, kind of keep things going, try and give you guys what you want. Conveniently enough, we actually got a message on our Instagram from this gentleman right here. This is basically everybody's Harley. Everybody has something with pipes and an air cleaner kit and whatever downloaded map they bought. So this is a 2019 Harley Street Bob. It's got a 2-in-1. It's got a big breather kit. It's an Arlen Ness and whatever that brand is. And it's got FP3 Vance & Hines tuner with whatever downloaded map Buddy did at home on his own. This is basically what everybody does, right? You buy your Harley, you put your pipe, you put your air cleaner, whatever downloaded map you could find online. Question is, what horsepower will it make? This is a perfect bike to give you an idea. Now, Buddy that came in told me, I would love to know what it makes before, and I'm sure a lot of people would know. He says, I've watched videos online trying to find out the differences, and I could never find out actual differences in power. So when I told him, well, you know what, let's make a video about it. He said, that's amazing, I love the idea. So here we go, here's the video. Again, 2-in-1, big breather, Vance & Hines fuel pack with whatever downloaded map. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and put some goody bolt-on parts and do a little upgrade to the cam chest. And then we're gonna put it up on the dyno after and do some tuning. So what we'll do today is, we're gonna go ahead and put this puppy on the dyno as is. I'm gonna do a bunch of runs. We'll see what the max power is. It'll give us a good baseline. And then after we do our work and some tuning, we'll see the difference that the cam and the proper tuning makes to a motorcycle. I'll go ahead and grab the parts we're putting on. I'll go through that with you guys here in a second. Here's what we're putting on the bike. All S&S, right? Quickie kit, everything we need. We're putting S&S 475. We're gonna keep it chain driven, obviously. So that's the S&S 475 camshaft. For those of you that wonder what it actually looks like, there you go. S&S 475 camshaft, that's the C model. So we'll go ahead and do the push rods, quickie kit, cam. This is the cam install kit with your new needle bearing. Now, if you own a Harley, any Harley, you know all about upgrading your oil pump. If you own an M8 model, then you know damn well about upgrading your oil pump, because the oil pump's basically one of the weakest faults on those motors. This is one of the upgraded cam chest kits with the oil pump. So here you go. There's your upgraded cam plate. So we get some more volume, all CNC ported, safer O-rings, safer ports, etc. Here's your billet oil pump. I don't even need to tell you how important and vital and crucial this is if you have an M8 powered Harley, any of the modern Harleys with an M8. If you haven't done your oil pump yet, do it. You need to do it. And don't listen to the dealer if they tell you they've upgraded it. Their upgrade is not upgraded enough. So you're gonna wanna do all that. Once we get this stuff installed, we'll do some tuning and we'll do some after runs and we'll see the difference. Stick around, guys. Alright guys, it took 4 runs to see what she's putting down. 76.96, so if you're a stickler, put 77, and 96 foot-pounds. So there you go, boys and girls. 77 horsepower, 96 foot-pounds of torque. This is our before run. That's obviously done in 5th gear. As you guys can see right here, SAE smoothing 5. No nonsense numbers on a properly calibrated modern dyno. Real numbers, real power. Nobody trying to make things look bigger than they are to sell a product, right? So stick around. We're gonna go ahead and install the whole cam kit, everything we showed you guys previously, and we'll get this thing back up on the dyno, do some tuning. We'll see where we land. As you can see, we've got our cam installed, we've got our oil pump, our cam plate. We're just waiting here for the lifters to bleed down. While we're waiting for the lifters to bleed down, we're changing out our intake manifold. I know we never talked about it. The customer ended up coming in and he decided he wanted to upgrade his intake manifold. So the factory plastic intake manifold, apparently they have problems. So he was telling us from the forum reading he was doing. We've changed it to the S&S cast aluminum version of the factory plastic intake manifold. Same stock injectors, same stock throttle body, same air cleaner, everything else is the same. We've just added the S&S intake manifold. Relatively cheap mod. It was like 300 bucks or something for the intake manifold. So we're installing that intake manifold while we're waiting for them to bleed down. Once the lifters bleed down, we'll button this all up and we'll get around the dyno and we'll see where we're at. Okay guys, so we got this monster back up on the dyno. As you guys saw previously, we did everything we said we were going to do. The customer did come in, as I stated, and added a little S&S manifold, but it's more or less as if it never had it, looking at the power numbers. The 2-into-1 exhaust is a Two Brothers racing exhaust. I didn't mention that prior, thought I'd mention it now. We're gonna go ahead and do some rips right now and let's see the peak power. I have gone ahead and did a whole bunch of tuning, and we did some timing tuning, fuel mapping, we did some restriction stuff, and you know, we did what we do. We'll see what this thing puts down now. We'll do a couple runs here. I did a last set of changes and I haven't run it again. As you guys will hear, this thing has a nasty mean idle. Anybody who owns an M8, you know they sound like a sewing machine until you do at least the cam, and then it starts sounding like a Harley again. So take a listen to this thing. Guys, so as you saw, we did our runs. Let's see where we're at. So we got from, I've already went ahead and pulled up the beginning map and then now after the cam map. From 77 horsepower and 96 foot-pounds, we've gone to 105 horsepower and 113 foot-pounds. Now this is a 107 with a 475 S&S cam. 2-into-1 Two Brothers racing exhaust, but I mean ultimately all those 2-into-1s are going to be more or less the same. High flow breather, again ultimately more or less the same. The guy threw in an intake at the end. It's just an S&S 55 mil, just the regular swap in. It's not their billet CNC new one. It's just a regular cast replacement to the stock. So we ended up gaining 28 horsepower and 17 foot-pounds of torque, basically just from a cam. That's the only difference from the first runs to now, and the tuning, obviously. Now, depending on what you're looking to get out of your bike, like if this customer was riding or if you're going to be racing, I mean,
then you would tune it a little more aggressively. You can make a little more horsepower or a little more torque depending on your use. This particular guy is a street guy, so like all of our street guys, we're not tuning for the most power we can get and have some guy blow up his motor. We're tuning for reliability, rideability, smoothness, and all around a good bike, which is what you want. 28 horsepower, 17 foot-pounds of torque, just off a cam swap from before, and the intake manifold. If there's anything you guys would like to see in particular, feel free to hit us up on Instagram or drop us a message on YouTube. Call the shop, shoot us an email, let us know what you're after, and we'll see if we can't make it happen. Stay tuned, guys.